Well, last Wednesday we sat down with Omaha's retirement strategist Darrell Bryant to talk about RMDs, or required minimum distributions. We got so many responses from you that we wanted to have him back to dive a little deeper.
Absolutely. But first, let's remind everyone what RMDs are. So once you turn 70 and a half, the IRS requires that you take a certain amount of money out of certain retirement accounts every year. That's to help ensure the government gets tax revenue from tax-sheltered retirement accounts.
Yeah, welcome back, Darrell Bryant from D. Bryant Retirement Strategies. Good to see you,
Darrell.
Good to see you.
Yeah, we did get a lot of responses back now. I know you did too.
We got a lot of calls. You know, the RMDs are very, very, very confusing. Nobody wants to make a mistake. We had a fella in just yesterday, he's been a long-time client, and he's trying to figure out what he's supposed to do with RMDs. So what do? We say, well, just sit down. I'll just show you what we do. Let's just get this set up the first time right, and we won't have to worry about it ever again. But the penalties are very, very, very severe if you don't follow the rules. 50% penalty if you don't get it right.
I started learning the most I ever learned about RMDs last week. I'm not close to that retirement age. It's something you really should look at.
Sure.
But what is it about RMDs that cause so much confusion for people?
Well, there's a lot of different plan types. And then there are age requirements. So let's start with the age requirement. When you turn 70 and a half, you have to start taking your required minimum distribution. You are in the budget. Listen, we've been saying, here, let's back up a second. We've been saying for many years that there are 10,000 baby boomers turning 65 every day. Wow. Well, now there's close to that number turning 70 and a half every day. So this is a lot of revenue that the government wants. So, but they make it very difficult to understand, not by choice, but just the way it turned out. When do you have to start taking it? I'm going to take it in the year I turn 70 and a half. Wait a second, I could wait until April 1st of the year following the year I turn 70 and a half, but then I'd have to take two. Can I lump all my IRAs together mathematically and just satisfy from one? Does that include my 401k? What about my old 401k? What about my existing 401k? There are different rules for 403bs, for SEP IRAs. Can I continue to contribute? Can I not? Etc. So everything about it is very, it's not ridiculously confusing to follow the roadmap, but you do need to have a roadmap, and the penalty for getting it wrong is just so very, very high. So there's the date requirements, and then there are there's the question of whether or not you can lump together certain qualified plan types for the distribution itself. Okay, I hope that makes sense, but it is confusing.
We have a lot of important questions to ask today, but I want to ask you this, and maybe you don't know, but why is the age 70 and a half? Isn't that kind of goofy? Do you know why that age? Maybe we don't know. Maybe there's no explanation.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that is. You know, I do know that when the Fed originally set up IRAs, there was no RMD at all, and then they realized that people are taking this tax deferred growth all the way to the grave, and we're never getting, and then passing those assets on to heirs, etc. But I don't know how they arrived at the age
I was just
70.
maybe it's a dumb question. I was just kind of curious.
They
if
probably did
anybody
some
knew,
actuarials somewhere to figure
and that's
it out.
the right.
You know.
So, which retirement accounts are subject to RMDs?
Well, pretty much all of them, with the exception of Roth IRAs. Roth 401ks you have to take a distribution from, which is kind of an odd thing because they're not going to tax you on that. So it doesn't matter if you have a 401k, SEP IRA, 457, traditional Roth 401k, etc. All of these are subject to some sort of distribution requirement. And the big problem comes into, what if I don't need it? Do I still have to take it? Can I take more than I have to take? Then of course the answer to that would be yes. But they're all subject to some sort of a rule. So it's really, really a good idea to consult a tax advisor for this, or just come on in the office. We'll show you how to figure it out.
I know you know all about RMDs, but how do your clients keep this all straight? Is there some sort of chart that lists a different type of retirement accounts? Is there,
matter of fact, here
there's something out there that
got it right here.
Clients figure that out?
Yeah, this is the table. I don't know. Can we zoom in on this?
Absolutely.
This is a life expectancy table. So welcome to my world. So this is something that, can we get that? How's that?
Yep.
Good.
You'll notice by this, and when we do we're going to have a couple of seminars this week at Champions, and we're going to have Coley Jessen is going to be out as a law firm. We're going to have a CPA firm out as well. It'll be a really nice event. But this is the life expectancy table. Notice that one thing that we'll be talking about, you're not going to get a lot out of that, I suppose, but one thing that you'll notice from this chart is that your life expectancy goes down every year, right? And so your RMD then goes up every year, right? So the Fed makes you keep on taking more and more and more of your IRA as you get older. So
Well, there's a lot
You
to
got to
learn
keep
about
on,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to know about this. And if you have questions about RMDs, I know we've gotten some here at the station. I know you've got some at the office.
Yeah.
And how they're going to apply to your circumstance of retirement, because Darrell's holding an exclusive RMD workshop later this month, and judging the appeal of that steak right there is enough to
It
get
looks
me the
good.
door right
So
there. Doesn't that look
good, yeah.
good?
Looks good to me.
Right, this
What do
isn't
you-
your ordinary workshop. This is a nice one. There are 2 opportunities to attend October 19th or the 24th. It will be held at the prestigious Champions Run Country Club at 6:30 p.m. You get your dinner, you get some great information. Attendees will enjoy a complimentary dinner, and seats are filling up fast. But Darrell, being the nice guy that he is, he set aside another 10 seats for our loyal qualified blend viewers today only. So all you have to do is call that number on your screen. It's 402-932-2141. Right now, again, those spots are filling up fast.
Yeah, and at the workshop,
Very,
there,
very
you're going to learn
fast.
about how our RMDs are calculated, how you can turn your retirement withdrawals into predictable income. What else? How you can avoid IRS penalties.
Well, how to avoid the penalty, but here's the big thing, Mike, is what am I supposed to do if I don't need my RMD? That is such a common thing. We'll have a guy come in or a couple come in, you know what, oh, we have to take $25,000 out of our IRA, but we don't even need it, but we don't have that kind of a lifestyle.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do now? And that's when the fun starts, because now we can really begin to build real wealth into the family and generational wealth.
Right.
At that time, we'll show you how to do that. So that is, if you're that kind of a person, this is what ideally what this seminar is going to be all about.
Well, that
And it's
does
going to be
sound
good.
like, yeah, it
Yeah.
does sound like fun when you can start doing that. If
Yeah.
you have an RMD and you don't need that money, how you can build that
Oh, it's a
wealth down the
wonderful
line.
thing.
Yeah.
So again, the first 10 callers right now, today only, who qualify will get a reserved seat at Darrell's upcoming RMD workshop. Again, you must be nearing retirement or already retired to qualify. Number one more time for you, 932-2141. Visit dbryantretirementstrategies.com for more information on all things retirement, not
Yeah,
just
especially
RMDs.
RMDs.
Especially RMDs, don't get it wrong, 50% is a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, it's important. We talked about this 2 weeks in a row, so we want to stress the importance of knowing about those RMDs.
Absolutely. Yep.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Darrell.
Yep.
Good to
Thank
see
you.
Guest of the morning.